So what are the different kinds of things that people can do in the startup world? Now, I will say that when you are in a small organization like mine, and I think I had put in one of the previous slides that, I was employee number 6 for our Eastern market. And so all of these bullet points I have to do. In a mid-stage or a late-stage startup, you may have more than one clinician, or you may have people supervised by clinicians. And so, you may have split up these responsibilities, but I like to think about them in two buckets, internally facing and externally facing. So, on the internal side, there's all the clinical oversight. There may be multiple clinical departments. You may take on responsibility for the health outcomes of the organization, if that's something that your organization is responsible for. You may do direct patient care as part of your work, or you may supervise the care delivered by employees in your organization or by contractors that your organization works with. As I had mentioned in those conversations with my CEO, internally, I may be working on strategy. The chief medical officer or the medical director in a startup is typically responsible for the clinical vision of the organization, is responsible for the model of care or any changes to the model of care. On the external side, you are often or sometimes the only face of the organization. People don't want to hear from the chief financial officer about a healthcare company and what they're trying to do. They want to hear from you. They want to hear from the doctor. And that may be to investors. It may be to the public. It may be to patients. So you really are the champion of the organization to the outside. And then there's a variety of other kind of external elements, and you can see them on the slide. The nice thing about things like accreditation and regulation is that you don't have to be an expert in all of this. There are really talented people that are probably either working in the organization already or consultants that the organization contracts with. And so you'll be at the table working with those individuals and will absolutely learn elements of things like accreditation or regulations or provider relations or vendor management. That's kind of one of the exciting things about leaving clinical medicine is that you're constantly learning and engaging different parts of your brain than the hamster wheel of a clinic day full of patients.